it up for Alex Linton!
Somebody told me recently that I was the most homeschooled-looking person they had ever seen. And honestly, I'm just praying for the day that nobody laughs at that joke. So, not today. Let me do a quick survey of the audience real quick. Yes, once again, I am the most generic white guy in the room. So that's difficult to do in Denver, but every time. You are a close second, but what can I say? I'm number one. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I genuinely love doing comedy. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. And it's such a crazy thing for anyone to attempt, you know? Because I basically woke up one day and was like, you know who's funny? Me. And then for 2 years, crowds were like, no. And that whole time I had to be like, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I'm hilarious. And crowds were like, positive. The first time I ever did stand-up, I got no laughter. I just had a woman stand up in the back row and yell, and I quote, no! Yeah, and I went home that night, looked at myself in the mirror and was like, hey, Alex, buddy, you're gonna be famous. You are really good at this. You should ruin your life. I'm well on my way. I actually got food poisoning the other day. It hit me on the interstate when I was driving outside here in Denver, and there was absolutely nowhere to pull over. So I kind of had to have this conversation with myself where I was like, all right, Alex, this is a rental car, all right? And you can't afford this fee, so I'm gonna need you to hold it together, buddy. I know you can do it. You are strong. And then I had another louder voice come over that voice and be like, you have 5, 4. So I'm driving down the interstate 80 miles an hour with my head out the window while throwing up, being like, oh, this is the dumbest way to die. I don't know what my tombstone's gonna read. Alex Linton, murdered by Trader Joe's Sushi. You know, that's not how I'm trying to go out. I'm a millennial. Yep, that's about the right response for that. And I would just like to say on behalf of all millennials, please stop yelling at us for participation trophies, okay? First of all, I was 7 and you gave them to us, so... Yeah, I don't think that's brought up often near enough. Also, I would not have taken it at 7 years old if I knew you were gonna be yelling at me when I was 27, okay? I would have been like, I'll just have a snow cone, please, thank you. We get a lot of flack for ruining the housing market. Millennials are not ruining the housing market, we just can't afford houses, okay? There is a significant difference there. Also, being a millennial is weird because my entire life I was given one message, and that was this. If you want a good life, go to college to get a job. So I went to college, and I came out of college and I was like, one job, please, and every employer was like, where's your experience, little guy? And I was like, oh, college, yeah, that thing I paid $100,000 for, and I need to pay off immediately, so can I have a job to do that? And they're like, you little entitled fool. And it's like, wait, what? I just did exactly what you told me to do. Can I have a job so I can make money and buy food? Like, you want to work and eat, stupid millennials? We're trying really hard. I have a fun prop for you guys. I recently got my master's. Yes, thank you. Here's a picture I have. Everybody can see it. And before I tell the story, I would just like to tell you that my parents are some of the greatest people in the entire world. They've supported me through so many different things. I moved to New York City for a few years because I had some dreams that needed to die. And they were supportive and loving. And then I was like, I want to do stand-up comedy. And they're like, that's great. You're so funny. You're so good. That's something you should definitely do. And I was like, Mom, Dad, how am I supposed to be an artist if you keep supporting me, okay? Killing my dreams. But really, my parents are some of the greatest people that I've ever met in my life, and I just can't express enough thankfulness for them. Unfortunately, they couldn't actually make it to the graduation ceremony, so I took a picture with these 2 people. I do not know them. They are complete... I think this guy's British or something, Australian, no idea. I think the best part about that, though, is no one actually saw me walk at graduation. So it cost me $72 to actually go to graduation. And then another $20 to print this poster out. So this joke cost me $100. And I think we can all agree, Worth it, for sure. 100% worth it, guys. My name is Alex Linton, guys. Thank you so much.